Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another build video. We're back here on Hobo Joe. This is my PvP Dragonknight. The build I'm going to showcase was created by Delcia's Gaming, and I decided to go ahead and take the time to make it. I'm very excited for this one because it takes a lot of work to make this build, and I finally finished it. I want to start off by saying this build does require some downloadable content, those being Greymore for scrying, High Isle for a set piece, and Scalebreaker for the Marsalek monster set. This is not needed, but we'll talk about the replacement when we get to the equipment. Here I'm just going to show you real quick what the actual stats are when you're buffed up. As you can see, the stats are absolutely nuts, and they actually last for a really long time. So I'll just go ahead and jump into the build for you all. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the skills here. On the front bar, you're going to want Shattering Rocks, which is a Petrify morph, Molten Whip, which is a Lava Whip morph, Noxious Breath, which is a Fiery Breath morph, Whirling Blades, which is a Whirlwind morph, Flames of Oblivion, which is an Inferno morph, and for the front bar ultimate, we're going to run with Take Flight, which is a Dragon Leap morph. On the back bar, we're running Race Against Time, which is an Accelerate morph in the Psijic Order skill line, Coagulating Blood, which is a Dragon Blood morph, Volatile Armor, which is a Spiked Armor morph, Igneous Weapons, which is a Molten Weapons morph, Resolving Vigor, which is a Vigor morph, and for the back bar ultimate, we're running Corrosive Armor, which is a Magma Armor morph. I would take the time to read what these abilities do. Combined, they work out very well together. For the equipment, we're running Heavy Cuirass of Daedric Trickery with Prismatic Defense Enchantment and reinforces the trait, Medium Plague Break Belt with Stamina Enchantment and Sturdy as the trait, Medium Plague Break Boots with Stamina Enchantment and Sturdy as the trait, Heavy Greaves of the Trainee with Prismatic Defense Enchantment and Well Fitted as the trait, Medium Plague Break Bracers with Stamina Enchantment and Sturdy as the trait. And for the head, we're going to be running Marsalek's Visage with Prismatic Defense and Sturdy as the trait, or we're going to be using the Heavy Blood Spawn's Visage with Prismatic Defense and Sturdy as the trait if you don't want to buy the Scalebreakers DLC. For the shoulder, we're going to run Light Marsalek's Palettes with Stamina Enchantment and Well Fitted as the trait, or the Light Blood Spawn's Palette with Stamina Enchantment and Well Fitted as the trait. For the weapons, we want Dual Wield on the front bar, Plague Break Mace with Fiery Weapon Enchantment and Sharpen trait in the main hand, and Plague Break Axe with Poison Weapon Enchant and Nirnhome trait in the back hand. On the back bar, we're going to run Ice Staff with Daedric Trickery with Weapon Damage Enchant and Powered trait. For the jewelry, we're going to run 2 Rings of Daedric Trickery, both with Weapon Damage Enchantment and Swift as the trait. And for the neck, we're going to be using Sea Serpents Coil with the Weapon Damage Enchantment and Protective as the trait. You could run Swift as the trait, but I just like the extra resistance. To get the Sea Serpents Coil, you will need to have your scrying leveled up, and the locations for the leads are as follows. The first one is the Steel Serpent Fangs lead. It can be found by killing the Serpent World Boss in High Isle located here. The Sea Silver Chain lead can be found by completing jewelry crafting surveys. The Meteoric Beads lead can be found by completing daily Mages Guild quests. These can be found at the Mages Guilds in major cities such as Mournhold. The fourth one is the Frigid Sapphire lead, which can be found in the Rift Zone by killing the Frozen Ruins world boss located here. And the last one is the Black Etheric Pearls lead, which can be found by collecting clams along the beach in the High Isle zone. That's all there is to it. Have patience with getting this. It'll likely take about a week, but stay on top of the Mage Guild dailies and the daily writs and you'll have it in no time. Some important things to note when you're creating this build. You don't want to use the Trifocus passive under the Destruction staff, because this makes your blocking cost Magicka instead of Stamina. For the food, the most cost efficient is going to be the Jewels of Misroll. They provide Magicka and Stamina recovery and provide you with extra health. For your potions, Tri-Step potions are my go-to, but if you want to be a walking death machine, Essence of Immovability is pretty nice. I almost forgot to mention the Boon and Race. So for the Boon, we're going to be running the Warrior for that extra weapon damage, And for the race, we're going to be running Nord because the extra resistance is kind of needed for this build. This build is actually fairly simple to play. You just apply your buff abilities and then put all your damage over time abilities on your target. Make sure to use a light attack with your staff for the random buff Daedric Trickery provides, and a heavy attack to trigger the Marsilic monster set ability. When you have all your dots on, you either Molten Whip for a single target or use Whirlwind for multiple targets. Either way, finishing off your opponent with a Whirlwind is the best way to do it because you get the damage bonus when they're low on health. Alright, I'm going to leave you here for a little bit and let you watch some gameplay. I hope you find this build entertaining because I sure as heck do.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. Tell me have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. Tell me have I lost my mind? So I break these walls and hold my head up high, and I step my ground until the day I die. As the rain falls down, there's no more tears to cry, So I break these walls and hold my head up high. No, I'm not giving in. No, I'm not giving in.
That's gonna be it, guys. This Dragonknight build has to be the meta for Dragoknights. I've looked around for a long time trying to find a build for my Dragonknight, and none of them have gotten me as excited as this one. It's just so good. The sustain is amazing, and the damage output is totally nuts for how tanky you are. If you make sure all your buffs stay up and you apply your dots effectively, you'll find yourself winning the majority of one-on-ones. With a team around you, you're just unstoppable. Thank you for watching this build video. Please take the time to like and subscribe, and check out Delsha Gaming since she's the one that provided this build. I'll see you in the next one.